As they say on the stream here, it's showtime. So, good morning to everybody, including those who have popped in early. Boy, Adam's exploits came in 12 minutes before showtime.
Yeah, he came in hot.
Just to remind us that talking about the Philadelphia Phillies and anything local with our baseball team is futile. Like, that is an angry viewer right there. And I see this picture of, I thought was me.
Yeah,
behind Harry.
Right.
I don't know what the hell's going on there.
Yeah, this happened. It's happened yesterday on the show. Courtesy of AJ sent this picture in, and I finally figured out how to send it to Xander that it was just the picture, so he could pop it up on the screen. And we had some people looking for doppelgangers of you since you weren't on the show yesterday. They thought there were sightings of you.
No,
throughout the Delaware Valley. Unless
it was at like a local pediatrician, me down the street.
Right.
No.
Or at a dispensary.
No, not yesterday. Yes, look, other days, yes, there's definitely a clear-cut shot of that, but no, not yesterday. So that's amazing, though, because I was blown away. Barrett, when I saw that picture, I was thinking to myself, like, did I do something back with Harry at the Fanatic or like some other station or some other, like, did I do something 10 years ago? That looks like a younger me.
Yeah, it does look like you.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like, oh man, where did that picture come? Did he find something like back when I was rapping in DC or something along these lines? Like, is he unearthing something like this?
Apparently this is some dude sitting outside of a brew pub in Ambler, enjoying a beer. Like, if we could enlarge the picture, there's a beer cup sitting by his left shoe, and it looks like a pack of smokes, and he's just hanging out.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. We were good with the hat. The Scully was all you. Even I see you sometimes, with the shaved face.
Yeah, that's what got me too.
But what threw me off was the pack of cigarettes and the beer. You're not a beer guy. You're not a cigarette guy. You smoke other stuff, but not a cigarette, bro.
Barrett knows me.
Right.
I'm glad Barrett was here to catch my back and say, look, look like Shander.
Harry's the same thing. He said, well, he doesn't smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, I said he smokes anything but cigarettes.
Exactly right. That is the easiest tell out there by all means.
Right.
Oh, man. Now, you guys were jammed yesterday, and Mohammed always brings up this point where when I'm out, the great guests pop in. And I don't think that's coincidence.
You know what it is.
Just jamming up time, knowing that you don't have me.
Exactly.
You bullshit for like 36 to
right. We can't go through 25 ping pong bets and it wrote a 25-minute segment.
Right.
So we got to get Baldy on here and talk football. Right. We had Jack Mack on. We had Dave Zingaro on.
Yes. I'm a little jealous, I have to say.
And plus, Harry has to have the show. Harry lays the show out. You freestyle. Harry, he lays the show out. He puts in a text. He tells, hey, you need to get a guest for this time.
Right.
Exactly this time.
I know Barrett comes from the world of football where there's a lot of structure. So when I do a show with Barrett without you, I have to provide structure.
Okay, because I was going to say, as Barrett was mentioning how you turn into Mr. Structure on here, that if I were to ever create more than one random show, like if I were to put together a week's worth of shows where there was a run sheet and there was a structure of when we would break.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah, Harry wouldn't even ask that, Barrett. He would fight back. Like, are we really going to plan out everything we're going to do? God damn it. I'm at it.
Right,
no,
right.
As long as we have stuff to do, I'm good with it. Now, in the middle of July, that's a stretch.
It's a little more difficult.
Yeah,
absolutely. Now we got a bunch of audio to play here, including this one I just got from you, Doug P on Cameo.
Yeah, how about this?
And look, I don't know where you're going to go with this, but I'm curious because we may have an opportunity here. Why don't we just do this? How much time do we have?
We got about a minute or two.
It's 20 seconds. All right, beautiful. Here. I got a new mouse now, so I'm up and running.
Got a Led Zeppelin T-shirt?
Yeah, I figured
I'd at the boardwalk.
I'd go ironic today, like I'd never wear this.
Hey, to all the fans out there.
Hold on, you want to see that though, don't you?
Well, it kind of helps.
Yeah. Okay. So
as long as it doesn't violate any rules.
I don't
think
so.
This is Doug Peterson. I'm so excited to be a part of the Cameo family, and now I want to be a part of your family. I want to give a shout out to all those special people, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, any milestone that's coming up in their life. Always remember, live fearless, create energy every day, and we'll see you soon.
Wow. Live fearless, create energy every day.
Buddy, we got you. Yeah, what do you think?
$175 for that.
Okay. Could we all get, and look, I placed that bet. The bet's in, just so you know. All right. Initially, there was one book where I went to try and place the Packers bet, and they capped it to less than what we had available. So I had to go to another book. That's fine. We are in. All right. We're all in. Everybody who participated. But I do wonder here. All right. Could we? Now, I mean, the three of us could just phone up and do it. But I feel like we could get people. All right. Oh, hold on. I got an idea here.
My friend are caught in the middle.
The Middle starts now on the Sports Map Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Home loans that fit your life. Rocket can.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
We welcome you in on the Sports Map Radio audience, however you are consuming this program through Sports Map Radio, be it the dial, the stream, beyond. Joining us on the JAKIB Media YouTube page. Feel free to pop in and see what this show is all about. If you do, you'll see Barrett Brooks, Harry Mays, myself, and leave us a like. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. The notification bell is there for you as well, so you don't miss the start of a show. And the start today, this is not some gigantic introduction. This isn't the Jake Asman show where we take 3 minutes to set up what's going to happen over the next 2 hours. We're already knee deep into a topic.
Is that what he does?
No, I don't know. It's Thursday, July 22nd. Why not take a shot? Why not start a fight internally on the network? Well, what else are we going to do? Right? So, no, the point being is that you sent us this audio. We just played it of Doug Peterson, former Eagles coach, now off on Cameo. And I'm thinking, all right, well, there's one of two options here, gentlemen. We could either, the three of us, split the 175 and bone up for him to just give us a shout like you used to do when you'd interview Barrett Brooks in the locker room and say, hey, Barrett, do you mind reading this line right here? You're listening tonight.
Yeah, right. Hey, this is Barrett Brooks of the world champion Pittsburgh Steelers, and you're listening to Mays and Eytan.
Exactly yeah. So what if we did that, except instead of us, we had everybody send a super chat, and that's the shout out, which is, hey, I'd like to give a shout out to the middle, Joey B, the Penguin AZ. Like anybody who put in something would get something, and we'd cap it, right? You know, we'd make sure that it would be a certain amount. We'd cap it so that one person isn't dominating. But that's my thought, is that we could get Doug P to read this laundry list of Joey B, the Penguin AZ, and Mohammed Malik, and others.
Right. It's not bad.
How about I just call Doug?
Yeah, even better.
Well, here's the thing. Get him on the damn show.
Right.
All right.
You know he is not going to. He is not going to do our show. He is not going to do any radio. Oh hell no. He's not even do what he hasn't done radio around here. He did whose show?
Remember, he did John Clark's show.
Oh yeah, the podcast.
The podcast.
Yeah, he did.
Well, that was through NBC, bro. That was through NBC.
Well, you're NBC.
But that was NBC 10, not Sports Philly. That was NBC 10.
Yeah.
So there's a difference. That's Vi's NBC.
They pull
Vi's
rank.
NBC. Yeah,
Vi's out. He's no longer there.
Vi's out. He's out.
John Clark stepped right into that situation right there.
Wow.
He's now the Vi's ticket him for NBC 10. So, but I mean, like I said, I can always call him.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, does everybody get 175 for a Cameo? Because I know Mikey Miss is on Cameo. Does he get $175?
No. It's tiered. This is all tiered.
Because like Jim Norton was on Cameo like years ago when they first started out, and I thought he was getting like $25 for one of those things.
Again, it's all tiered as far as like what you want to charge, right?
So it's an actual company that does that, or is he doing that on his own?
No, I mean Cameo's like a company, and I guess they come to you and they take a piece, and you can, I guess, charge whatever you feel you can charge, and they get a cut out of it. I'd imagine some sort of cut.
Joey B on the stream wants us to do a cameo for his son's 12th birthday.
For the 12th birthday, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
bro, I got him, man.
Charge for that?
No, come on, man. We got him, bro.
We can't set precedent though that we're working for free. I just don't, maybe the first one for free.
No.
Right.
I used to yell at those radio guys that wanted to do stuff for free. I'm like, dude, you're setting the bar for the rest of us here, man. You can't.
You know what? You actually said that to me earlier in my career. You said, "Hey, man, don't do it," because I was like, "Man, I'll do this for free." Hey,
no. Whoa. I was like Deion Sanders yesterday when that reporters referred to him as Deion. Whoa. Stop right there.
Right.
That was crazy.
I love everybody who's covered the SEC forever being like, people refer to Nick multiple times a year. Like I've been in these press conferences hearing people call Saban Nick, Coach Saban Nick. I don't know, man. I don't know what to believe. I imagine there's somebody out there who's covered the Tuscaloosa beat for long enough to say, Nick, what happened there at the
that's great right there, man.
Nick.
You think Feinbaum's calling him Coach Saban?
No.
Not
at all.
I think the dude just came off too smug for Deion. That's what it was.
Yeah. Deion understands. Look, Deion is a master when it comes to grabbing attention and spotlight.
No question.
He knows it's no knock, but the reality is the school in which he is coaching would not get anything near the level of eyes if Deion A wasn't there. And then Deion, he needs to continue it. Like, it's not just, hey, I'm here. So it's great. It's good for the school. People are talking about it.
They understand it.
This is The Middle on the Sports Map Radio Network.
Oh, wait. Do we have that audio, Ron?
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right. I know we have to get to this Jerry Jones stuff here in a second, but I am curious because I see here from Ron Culver, who has now we didn't do fake news on Tuesday. Remember?
No.
You guys bumped me.
Well, we bumped you for Mighty Mouse, and which look,
I don't care.
Hey, I got to be honest.
Come on, bro.
Was my wheelhouse of fandom.
No,
so
I get you, but still, you bumped me.
This is like if we had Havoc from Mobb Deep on, like my wheelhouse of fandom would take over entirely. There are only about 50 guys that played during that window in which I would say, hey, man, we're bumping something like important enough as fake news. So this was not just a blow off. I don't want people to think that we just blew you off.
No, I thought you guys were Jimmy Kimmeling me.
Which is
just putting him in the green room and then never getting to him.
Yeah, where you
come on, dog.
Damon.
I thought that was called what was his Brady Quinn.
Sorry, Brady Quinn me.
Yeah, we quinned you.
Rogers.
That was A-Rod.
A-Rod.
Yeah. Well, Quinn, I guess both of them.
Both of them, yeah.
Now Rogers, it was like, hey, the real Englishman has tweeted out, looking to attack MLS tonight. Later today, I will have a play. Isn't that part of the ETF family?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
That family keeps growing. I can't keep track.
All right. Now, do we have the audio of this Deion?
Yesterday we played it in overtime.
Oh, okay. Well, forget
and
it.
we put the video up there. But we can play it again. I'd love to get your take on it. Barrett and I, went on off and on for about 5 or 6 minutes.
Now, the audio that Ron has, do you have what you mentioned at the end where somebody then calls him it again?
Yeah.
Great.
You can hear it clearly.
Call me Chris one more time. Call me Chris one more time.
That's what I said. This is just like Jim Rome from back in 1993 or whatever.
All right, let's do it, Culver.
Hey, Deion, I was just wondering if you could.
Hold on, let's back up a little bit. You don't call Nick Saban Nick. You don't call me.
I call Nick Saban Nick.
You don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's a lie. If you call Nick Nick, you'll get cussed out on the spot. So don't do that to me. Treat me like Nick.
Okay, Deion. Just.
See, and then he got up and walked out.
He called him Deion.
He called him Deion again. But the thing is if you had the video, you saw Deion laughing. I mean, he had a big smile on his face and he was laughing. So if you're the reporter, you might get the feeling like, oh, he's just playing. He's just Deion being Deion. And then he referred to him as Deion again, and then he just got up and left.
Look, my first initial reaction is, and not like a negative. I'm not saying this is some, contrived segment on ESPN2, but my whole thing was Deion was like, "Hey man, I'm going to do something today. I'm going to do something today. Let's just see how it goes. I'm not going to like." He also, and we all three of us have seen Deion Sanders from when he played both baseball and football to blossoming as a broadcaster, right? He's not a guy that is known for being insensitive, like personally, like he's not going to go out at somebody's family or, curse somebody out, but he can be arrogant.
Yeah.
Yes, arrogant.
And arrogant, and knowing that he's going to become the story, and that's okay. Yeah.
You're a real man, Deion. Like this is stealing the spotlight and dumping a Gatorade bottle or jug, if you will, over Tim McCarver.
Yeah.
And hey, it's Deion. Like, I'm not hating on it. I think if he were coaching Ohio State or Alabama, he wouldn't have to do something like this. But ultimately, this does not bring negative attention or negative eyes to his school. I think
Jackson State.
Yeah, I think it's just him being Deion, and he's having
That's
fun.
That's exactly what it is. Well, I told you, man, the big part when he said, Deion, and went into it. Once he hit him with that, I'm surprised he didn't cuss him out for real. You know what I mean? I mean, that's that's the smugness I'm talking about. That's what that. You're right. It was a lot of gamesmanship in that. It was more so him, bringing a little attention to himself, attention to the school. But at the end of the day, man, it wasn't really that much that, he would have to just walk off with.
That guy's name was Nick Suss, apparently, the reporter.
Of all things, Nick, right? And okay, so all right, look, come on. Okay, that we're not just going to let something like that go. Do you honestly believe that it was simply coincidence that Deion Sanders returned with the head? He could have said, "You don't call Dabo Sweeney Dabo. Right? You don't call whoever it may be, Coach Pete Carrill, right? Like he could have said anything there.
You don't call Jimbo Fisher Jimbo.
Yes. So here's what I would say. And again, this is not meant to be a negative, right? Everything has to be charged emotionally, positive or negative. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was, then it's even more. I'm giving it props. It's masterful. But I wouldn't be surprised if this was some sort of Andy Kaufman level setup in which he went to the reporter who he had the best relationship ahead of time and said, "Hey, let's have some fun today. Let's make ESPN today."
Could be.
If it was, it would be him. It would just be him. He wouldn't go to like a report, especially that guy. Him of all guys, not that guy. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's a possibility.
Why do you say that?
I mean, why would any of us be talking about the SWAC conference media day if it weren't for this?
Oh, absolutely. But I'm saying he would have done it himself. He wouldn't went to a reporter to do
it. Then X, if it makes you feel better about the conspiracy, X the guy out and just say this is Deion Sanders who walked in and said, "I'm going to make SportsCenter today. I'm going to make ESPN today." Or you know what? Maybe it's something along the lines of, "I love the SWAC. And I'm going to put the SWAC today. Media day on the SWAC is never covered by ESPN or ESPN2. Today it's going to be today. This is going to be covered.
The SWAC is back.
Yes, maybe it was something like that.
Yeah.
No, I can't kill the guy for this. I think it's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, well, I didn't like the smugness of him. Deion. No, bro. Nah, you're not gonna come to me like that. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who is this kid? That's what I've been like. Who is this kid?
Yeah.
Were you dialed in on the Seattle Kraken and their draft last night?
No,
absolutely not.
Man, I'll tell you.
Did the Flyers lose anybody of note?
They lost a guy I never even knew they had.
Carter Hart?
Carson Twerinski.
Wait a second. Is that the Carson? Not Carson. What's the guy's name?
Carson Twerinski.
No, the other Carson.
Carson Wentz.
No, we had another Carson. And it was a guy that, remember, that was my initial conspiracy before the Joe Santoliquito stuff even popped. My Carson Walsh, wasn't that the name?
Carson Walsh. I remember you saying something about that.
Yes. See, and my initial conspiracy was that Carson Wentz had such a big ego. This was a Chip Kelly ego that nobody else in the building could share his first name. And it so coincidentally happened to be one of the first dominoes of coaches around Carson to fall. So maybe there is something to that.
Well, it was Carson Twarinsky is now a member of the Kraken. They selected all these young guys that have hardly played. It was bizarre. Now, I'm sure they're going to trade a bunch of those guys. But now Jake Voracek is still a Flyer, and Zach Ertz is still an Eagle.
Now, that right there is very surprising. But do they keep him? Do they go – if they keep him and he stays in the books, do you think – we talked to Bald yesterday, and he was like, well, he's so limited in his blocking ability that – teams don't really want him. Everybody uses 11 personnel. I understood all of that, but I don't see him. I see him as a threat more so than anything. He's the Tony Gonzalez type of player, Shannon Sharp type of player, as opposed to him being a guy that's gonna go up there and block. I knew he couldn't block. He knows he can't block. Everybody in the league knows he can't block. But I just can't see him not coming in and at least being a threat in that offense. In the passing game. That's why I'd keep him.
So here's what I would ask. If you are a team that has interest in Zach Ertz, the market is pretty much like nobody's going to give up a 5th rounder for Zach.
Right.
Ertz,
No.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So where the market pretty much is, where maybe you could be squeezed out of a 6th rounder at most. But
or a 7th.
A 7th rounder. Yeah. Or cash, maybe, right? Like something even to that level. So here's my theory is there's one team that really does want him in the sense that they could use him. And not to you or Baldy's point about dominating an 11 personnel, but being a second option at that position, especially with a former teammate and a former coach who is running the show. So if I'm Indianapolis right now, I know that Zach Ertz wants to play for me. I know that the quarterback and head coach have a relationship with Zach Ertz. So the only thing I could possibly be baited into is hearing Buffalo or fill in the blank is interested in trading a 7th rounder and be baited into a 6th rounder. But, and I'll leave you with this, you just dealt with this team in Philadelphia for Carson Wentz. You just saw how there was a market set that really wasn't set. So you can see through a lot of the nonsense. My theory is Indy's just going to sit on their hands, wait for the Eagles and this thing to come to a head, and either it's this year or at some point Zach Ertz gets released and goes to Indianapolis because that's where he wants to play.
Well, at this point, if I'm Zach Ertz, I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay right where I am because he's not going to make the money he's going to make for the Eagles right now. I think he's making like what? This year's contract like 7 point something.
Yeah, he's making
million.
You're right.
Well, he's not going to even get. He'll barely get over the league minimum if he goes. For his year, for him, he'll barely get that. Barely get over that. So we're talking to him about him getting close to like maybe 2-3 million, as opposed to getting almost 8 million here with the Eagles. So I'd want to stay, bet on myself, go out there and ball out, and then when they get closer to the trade deadline, they deal him then. That way, both sides accomplish what they want to accomplish. He gets paid, and he still gets dealt.
Yeah,
he's a $12 million cap hit.
Yeah.
12.7 actually, and 7.7 of dead money.
Well, here's the thing: he's not the new. And again, I'm going to always appeal. Actually, let's do this. We'll take a quick one here across the board and talk a little bit more about this. See some people popping in here on the stream, some new faces, some new names. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel here. You hit us up with a like. We are live and local from the Fritz and B and Cooley Law Studio. So if you know someone who suffered a personal injury, contact Brian Fritz directly, a tough lawyer for a tough town. The Middle, sponsored by Pure Bull Beef Jerky. Get yours now. Go to steersnacks.com, live on Sports Map Radio as well, as we are back in 3. Sorry, Culver. Now we are.
Where are jobs in radio?
Jeez.
I get scared sometimes.
Of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Decisions.
The dark.
The dark.
But I once heard someone say,
But as I always say,
it's okay to be afraid.
as long as you face the fear.
And keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance for over 80 years. Independence Blue Cross.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull beef jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. Doc and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
On the field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
This is a key. It's a family tree. It's a pair of wings. It's a secret handshake. And a ticket to anywhere in the world. It's more than a uniform. It's the door to a world most people only dream of. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong. Try it on at GoArmy.com.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right. I did see an interesting tweet from Josh Eberly, who covers the NBA, Hoop Mag, and beyond.
He's our buddy in Canada, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
We've had Jabari Davis, who is his podcast partner,
right,
on as well. Josh, we haven't talked to in a while. It's difficult because we're on during the day, and Josh is a school teacher as well. So, as my wife does the same gig, like you ain't pulling anybody away from 9 to 3.
Yeah, you can't pull them away from the kids.
No. But just to look real quick back at this Ertz discussion here, the one thing that I'm interested in, and he's an Eagles legend. He's going to be remembered as such, and rightfully so. He won a Super Bowl, was one of the best tight ends in the league when they did it. But nobody here outside of Howie Roseman truly has allegiance to him. And even Howie Roseman, we've been told, for whatever you want to believe, that relationship isn't like, yo, what's up, man? I haven't seen you all summer. Tell me how you been. How's the family? What's good? We got to get together. A cookout, please come over. We know that's not the case. So not to say that they would make his life miserable, but Barrett, I'm sure you've seen good, maybe even yourself, because you're one of them, a good dude, but I'm sure you've seen good dudes kind of weeded out in the sense of like phased out, not in the sense of like they would do to me, which is sit my ass down and say, hey man, you're out, as opposed to like just subtly less and less and less. And maybe Ertz sees the writing on the wall. Maybe that's why he doesn't want to stay.
Well, of course that's what they see. I mean, there's a younger guy there that's in Goddard he's more of a weapon right now. He has more of a skill set that the Eagles like more than they like what Zach Ertz did. And you got to look at this also. That was Carson's go-to target. Right. And, that's why he was so successful. Carson trusted him, so he would force it to him. He may not be, or get the same stats that he got when he was with Carson as he would now, even with, Hurts being at the quarterback position. There might be other guys that are better than him that they won't go to. So I think that's more so what it is.
Yeah.
He's not going to be the same guy because he's not going to get the same targets. He's not going to be able to do it. We already talk about his yak yardage.
Which doesn't exist.
Right.
It never did. Even in his prime, it didn't.
Exactly.
Exist.
So what else could he bring to the table? Well, he's still a very good route running, pass catching tight end.
Zach Ertz reminds me of to bring it to our business. Like he's the holdover from a previous show that they broke up. But maybe they couldn't get out of this one guy's contract, and he didn't cost an arm and a leg. So they'll keep him on and put him with the new show, but he doesn't really feel all that welcome or comfortable. And it's a different chemistry, and he'd rather just be out of there. Does that make any sense?
Perfect. That's the way to break it down. I mean, he's not what they want.
Right.
But they don't really need him, but
yeah.
I mean, they could throw to him a little.
And his previous, program director that actually hired him in the first place is now in another city, and he's trying to go there. And
what are you talking about? The guy was great.
God, I love that guy.
It's almost like you're speaking from experience.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were that good.
I was wrong.
No, I think you're right, man. I think that's a great analogy to it. Sure.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know what's going to happen here. Clearly, the future for another team. And here's the thing, where I don't like Zach Ertz has already won a Super Bowl, so he's not ring chasing.
Mm-hmm.
But come on, Barrett. I think we always apply that mentality of ring chasing like it's to somebody who's never won. But
he doesn't give a damn about ring chasing. He wants money.
Well, hold on a second though. Money in a situation where everybody around you doesn't want you versus taking a little less money to get back to the playoffs, to get back to that feeling of like you won a Super Bowl. You're telling me that you wouldn't ring chase to get a second one or a third one or a fourth one? There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it at all. But this scenario, I think, is different. It wouldn't necessarily be with Zach Ertz. I don't think it would be ring chasing. I do think that he's going to be respect chasing.
Okay.
He wants everybody to acknowledge, hey, why are you guys, putting me in the same light of a less than, capable tight end when I was, in the name, they used to name Kelsey, me, Kittles, all these guys, they used to name me in the same sense as those guys. Now I'm just not that good anymore. Like I just fell off the map. It wasn't necessarily him that his stats are the way they were. It was because of Carson.
Yeah, Carson
sucked.
He was terrible.
So since he sucked, it kind of put a light that, all right, Zach Ertz can't do it anymore. Well, I think Zach can still do it. I think Zach can still play. Give him an opportunity, and he's going to take this opportunity and run with it. But I would think he would want to stay here just because if he leaves here, he's definitely not going to make $7.7 million anywhere else. It's probably going to be around about $3 million.
Yeah,
that's half of what he's making.
It's the give and take, man. It's honestly, it's the give and take. I don't know if and look, this is another small factor here. It's never going to be Zach Ertz's fault, but some idiot with a microphone and a radio audience is going to look at this team that's 2-6 through 8 weeks and start bitching about how Zach Ertz makes $7.8 million and can't get me more than 20 catches. And then next thing you know, it's going to be this Twitter movement to destroy Zach Ertz about being some overpaid crumb. Look, if it's happened to Ryan Howard, it's going to happen to Zach Ertz.
Oh, no question. Wow. That was horrible. I mean, the guy, he's running the first base, blows his Achilles, and then he's the worst thing to happen to the Phillies then.
On a contract that it was already pre-existing.
Right.
I just noticed that number 55 on Kevin Kincaid's 100 predictions for the 2021 Eagles season is Zach Ertz gets traded at the deadline.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Did I just speak it up? And I didn't even look at that list.
You spoke it into existence.
Are you really going to get? I mean, what are you going to get? You're going to get a team that desperately needs a number
Well,
2
maybe
tight
there's a
end?
big injury at the tight end position for some team that's going somewhere.
Robert Tonyan goes down in Green Bay, and all of a sudden they're ponying up a 5th rounder for Zach Ertz.
Maybe.
Yes.
Get out of here.
Hey, we have a futures bet on the Packers, so I would hope they would do something like that if they had an injury.
Look,
all right,
a bad
let's be
example.
self-serving about
to
it.
Ertz sounds pretty good to me.
Irv Smith goes down in Minnesota. Next thing you know, they're going crazy about Minnesota Sports Talk Radio. If you don't trade a 4th rounder and secure Zach Ertz right now, then fire this head coach.
Well, look. Can you imagine
Sounds
this?
like a show.
Right. Can you imagine this? He ends up with the Chargers with that young talent there.
Right.
I mean, these are all possibilities that could happen, man. He could. Why wouldn't he bet on himself right now? Why wouldn't he? Stay here, ball out. I mean,
you have to. That's my whole thing. This entire time is it's not like he's the quarterback or even on the outside is like the number 1 wide receiver. Like Alshon, we saw that, right, Barrett? My concern is what happens if he takes a bet on and a risk on himself, and he's there trying to come on, but nobody's throwing him the football, or he's not out there on the field.
Well, that could be it. But I think it's more so if he's on this team, he will figure out a way to be open. He's that good of a route runner. He's that good of a tight end in circumstances you wouldn't necessarily see him flourish at. He'll do that. He'll get open. All he has to do is deliver the ball to him. And I think Hurts will do that. Give him a little time. Hurts will have time now with that offensive line. He will have the opportunity to drop back and pass. You know, it was Carson that got too comfortable back there with the offensive line that he had. He got too comfortable. He had all day to throw before last season. You know what I mean? So he got comfortable enough to go out there and make big plays because his offensive line would block forever. Well, you know, Hurts might have the same type of offensive line. He might get that same feeling. He may be able to deliver the ball down the field to a Zach Ertz, a Jalen Reagor, Devontae Smith. Give him a little time. I think this kid, he'll be all right.
I don't have the concern from Hurts. I'm just saying as far as Zach Ertz becomes a lot less of a go-to on the depth chart now, right? Like we have Dallas Goedert ahead of him. We've got 2 guys that have been brought in here now to get the football in their hands from Reagor and really, I think more importantly, Devontae Smith. Is he the 4th option? Miles Sanders? Don't you want Miles Sanders to have the ball in his hands sometimes out of the backfield, Barrett?
Absolutely.
Take advantage of that 1-on-0 matchup.
That makes a lot of sense, man. You think about in order for him to be in
order to convince Barrett. I'm doing narrative stuff, and Barrett's like, nope, not buying it, not buying it.
Yeah, I just looked. The Indianapolis Colts have 7 tight ends on their depth chart.
Who?
Yes.
Mo Alley Cox.
Yeah, Mo Alley Cox, Jack Doyle, of course, Kylan Granson, which was a 4th-round pick in this past draft, and then a bunch of other guys that probably don't matter, but they're on the roster.
Well, you look at, you know, from a sense that, you know, what they did in Indianapolis. They ran the ball in Indianapolis, and they had a lot of 12 personnel, maybe 13 personnel, even some 22 personnel, 2 running backs, 2 tight ends, or three tight ends and 1 running back. You know, that's 13 personnel. But they used a lot of tight ends because it's really hard to defend a team when you have the ability to run the ball and pass the ball
out of the same formation.
Same formation, yeah. And that's exactly what Zach Ertz provides for him.
Right.
You know, that 2 tight end, 12 personnel package, they call it Tiger.
You're not giving away tells at the line of scrimmage that way.
Exactly. You know, so I mean, it's I could see this offense being molded around Zach Ertz being on the field a lot, but in 12 personnel.
In Philly?
Yeah, in Philly. I mean, could you have to, even though, you know, we have some good receivers now. I mean, I'm thinking we have good receivers now. So Smith,
2 guys, I think you can say. And look, Reagor still has to develop, right?
Right.
But I'm with you.
Yeah, you can't write him off.
No. I'm more.
So you have some weapons.
Positive on him than not.
You have weapons, man. You have weapons. They just need to use them. In order for them to use them, they got to be on the field. And if Zach Ertz is going to be an integral part of that passing offense, he can have some success, man.
You are listening to The Middle on the Sports Map Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right, looks like we can get Josh on. We'll talk about his tweet coming up as well. I was trying to get Josh on today, but he's out this week. Golfing on Monday, so we can all appreciate that. So it looks like we'll get Josh on Tuesday morning as the NBA season will be, off-season at least, will be in full swing. So prepare for that. We'll continue this discussion of Simmons. It's not going away. It's some of the hottest content out there.
Yeah, next week is the draft, NBA draft, the 29th, right?
Which is
it's a week from today.
Tonight, yes.
Yeah.
NFL teams report a week from today.
Right. All of them, right?
Yep.
Yep. Because Pittsburgh, Dallas, and Cleveland are coming in this week.
This week. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
Wow. Right here. It's right here, baby. I can't wait, man. It's ridiculous, man, how much, you miss the NFL for just 1 week. 1 week. There's only 1 week in which you don't have anything with sports, and that was last week. Now we have football back.
Well, no, we had a bunch last week, didn't we? We had the Open.
Yeah. We had the NBA Finals.
Yeah, the NBA Finals, the Open. You're just not used to it, that being because
no, I'm not.
It got all messed up.
Oh, I see this tweet you're talking about from Eberly.
Yes. All right.
This possible trade scenario.
At 11:40 a.m. Eastern time for those on Sports Map Radio Tuesday morning. All right. But yeah, I'll pull the tweet up as well. But I just look, I think what happens is we get closer and closer to, like, once camp starts, even if it's day one of camp and rookies, whatever it may be, like once camp starts, then you can justify everything like, futures bets and all this stuff. Like we can spend entire shows not mentioning any other sport, although we should probably talk about some college football futures as well here. But we don't even need to mention what's happening in baseball.
Well, no, I mean, as soon as I told you, as soon as you start to get excited, or some people got excited about the Phillies winning 3 out of 4 after the break, they lose 2 straight to the Yankees.
Did you ever see that commercial?
No, I have not
Still
yet
haven't?
seen the commercial. Do you know what this commercial with the Yankees players and little leaguers, Eytan? Have you seen it?
No.
It's another one that Barrett's all about the commercials, as we know.
Love the commercials, man.
What channel?
Love the commercial. It was on in the
was it during the
playoff
NBA
game.
Finals?
In the NBA Finals, yeah.
I missed
and
it.
it was Judge. I don't forget who the other guy was.
Was Judge?
It was Judge, yes.
Okay. Kind of figured.
Yeah. Okay, I was just curious. No, I didn't know if there was like I didn't know if
What it was.
football, then we definitely can't play it because they're the worst.
Right. Well,
any content.
Well, look, he's on on the phone call. He's talking to the other guy, and he says, yeah, you got to go out and have batting practice or such and such and little league, and all of a sudden, the way the signal went, it just said, yes, go out and smash home runs, little league. And that's what he heard.
Because the signal breaks up, right?
Oh,
The service isn't good. Yeah.
So
Okay,
then you see him going out there with a little league team and just smashing home runs, and he's just loving it to you.
That's great. It's Judge who's doing it.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those commercials where it's like, dress up. Wear something nice. It's not
costume party.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, this is what they hear on the Bad Connection.
So look, then you got him out there, and then he's just rocking a home run. You get the pitcher all mad. Little league guy throws his glove down.
It's Giancarlo Stanton is the other player. That's
okay.
in it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great commercial, man.
Now, trying to see if there was anything more to this story here before we move on. But what's up with this whole thing about Jerry Jones?
Well, he spoke to the media yesterday.
Yeah. All right. Was there anything like you want to get to that?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's talking about Jimmy Johnson. He got emotional. He's saying that he effed it up with the Dallas Cowboys back in the day. You know, he screwed up the dynasty. I thought that was interesting. He was talking about, you know, how their vaccination rate is probably going to be pretty high because they want to win, and they don't want anything basically to get in their way of a championship. He said he would do absolutely anything possible to win another Super Bowl.
Whoa.
Including sell the team?
I don't think that was on the table. That currently wasn't on the table.
Just think of those great times. And Jimmy's a great coach, and ridiculous that my role here was my job to keep it together. It was my job. It should have deference.
Hold on. Did you hear that? It was my job to keep it together.
Keep it together.
Yeah, the drawl on together.
That's great.
It's amazing.
But he's adding a lot more
here.
He's
as
adding
as he gets older, a lot more of the you know what I mean? Like in between the words. Yeah, he's searching.
It was my job to keep it together. It was my job. It should have deference. Should have had deference to something that was working good. So those are the things that come to my mind. We had a great run of it. He's a great coach, and I'm proud to have him as a friend, and proud to have had the times that we had. We just had a great experience.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, how about that? That's my quarterback. That's his TO moment right there.
Never been able to know why.
There he said,
not just that, but anything else. No, I can't answer those questions.
Oh my! Here we go.
Well, I found that he's not quite as responsive to one's individual asks as you might think. And I'm not trying to be sacrilegious here, but the facts are that I would right now, if I could, and I had a good chance to do it, I'd do anything known to man to get in a Super Bowl. That's a fact. And there's nothing in my mind that can have a higher priority than that.
I don't care if it's Spygate, Deflategate,
Seriously.
any kind of gate.
That's what I took from it.
Yes.
It's Jerry Jones is going to pull something out of the Belichick bag here.
Right.
I don't know, hiring a documentary crew to start filming preseason games. Who the hell knows?
Right. He had a sit down with McCarthy and said, "You better come up with something."
Seriously, that's part of the job interview. What plans do you have to circumvent the rules?
Talking about like cheating. You ain't cheating. You ain't trying.
Like, what's McCarthy sound like? He just sounds like a tub.
Right. Right. He sounds like a character on King of Queens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Like the third or fourth guy that always meets him at the bar.
Yeah, he's another one of the drivers. Like, he's another driver. He's in the locker room, like kind of 2 lockers down from Kevin's locker. Yeah.
Well, he started off all wrong, man. He started off all wrong. How you gonna tell the head man that, you know, you hadn't watched all, you lied and say you watched all his film and hadn't watched any film? Come on, man. He started off all wrong, man.
That's true.
Who
was the guy? Was it O'Leary who famously cheated on his resume to get the Georgia Tech job?
Right.
No, he was trying to get the Notre Dame job. I thought, because he was the Georgia Tech coach.
Okay, that's what it was.
Right.
And then he bounced to, I think so.
Then he went to was he at UCF as the athletic director for a while too?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what the hell? He put all these things on there.
George O'Leary, I think.
George O'Leary. Right.
Yeah.
One phone call to fix all that. Hey, you ever heard of this guy O'Leary?
That's like John Dorenbos. He did the same thing.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's how he got into the league. You haven't heard that story?
No.
Oh, John's that dude, man. John Dorenbos, man. He he was trying to go to college. So to get to college, nobody was gonna look at him.
Right.
So he sent in tape of somebody else got a workout and crushed it. That's how he got to college, man.
Did they ever know it was somebody else up until like they brought him in?
He's been telling the story for a while now, so evidently they know now. But yeah, that's how.
Right.
That's how.
Texas El Paso was where he went. That's
Oh,
where
the
Seth
UTEP.
went.
Yep, Seth
Yeah.
went there also.
No
That's
kidding.
where Tim Hardaway went too.
That's right.
By any means necessary.
Yeah.
You got to make it happen. He's seen a film of somebody else long snapping.
Right.
That's insane. And then he killed the workout too. Like it's one thing to come in and just be all like you have no choice but to kill the workout at that point, right?
Right.
You got to get your foot in the door, man. Once
Right.
you get your foot in the door,
Then it's up
all
to
good.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all good,
That's it.
man.
That's
Wow,
it.
that's crazy.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
really
look, Aaron
story.
Smith. Yeah, I saw that one too. The new Dr. Rick commercial at the airport.
Oh, there's a new one?
Oh man, I brought all these snacks. You know, we don't need any snacks. I brought all these snacks. You know, because she's at the place. You know, it's like $4, $5 for some water. You know, or candy's like $7, $8. You know, so she brings all these snacks in a bag, and Dr. Rick walks up and says, you know, shuts the bag. No, you can't do this.
Man,
Love Dr. Rick.
You
man.
love that commercial. I mean, you memorize these things after like 2 viewings.
Bro, you can't help but like him.
It's like a playbook for you.
Yeah. I agree.
Look, she's sitting down, right? Just sitting down, and this guy's got his bag, and he's running down the hallway, and she says to him, "Should have left earlier."
What, for the flight?
Wow. Then a guy walks up to the stewardess. I mean, you know, the lady to check
It's
in
a
on
flight
the plane.
attendant. You
Yeah,
can't
the flight
say
attendant.
stewardess anymore.
Oh, my fault. Ooh,
Yeah, that's been out of the vernacular for quite a while.
Right, but look, the dude comes. Can you tell me how long it is till we're gonna start boarding? The lady's like 2 hours and 45. I'm like, come on, man.
Wow.
He's there 2 hours and 45 minutes earlier, man.
Well,
you gotta love Dr. Rick, bro.
Mohammed Malik is saying that Barrett is faded on the stream. And Adam's Exploits is getting tired of this line of thinking. He says, is there a guest coming up at noon?
What line of thinking? I don't understand.
I'm just saying, like, whatever we're doing. It's almost like Sal Pal voice. Is there a guest coming up at noon? You know,
Hey,
is this crossover going to end soon?
we were just talking about.
Yeah,
the-
Gerald's
I
had a
don't know.
crazy childhood, man. Yeah.
And now Barrett's just totally locked in on the stream.
Oh, no question, man. No question.
What's this Field of Dreams game? Do you see this?
What, the baseball game in Iowa? Did they ever do that before? I know
No.
that was set up.
I think it's happening now. I don't know.
Okay. Maybe the pandemic screwed that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that field in Iowa
I
for
just
that was still exists for the movie. Actually, when that movie came out, that movie was awesome. That was a really good movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
I don't remember it now.
Yeah.
You don't remember Field of Dreams?
I mean, I watched it, but I don't remember it now. Yeah.
Hmm.
CTE, man. Too many hits to the head, bro.
Wow.
We should just get Jake on. If Adam's Exploits wants a guest, then we should just get. I mean, you guys had 3 people on yesterday. We can't talk any more football.
I know.
I don't know. We could get
Nothing's
Vi on.
happening.
Like, why don't we try and get like Vi or somebody like that on? You know, jeez. There you go.
Let me
Pop
try.
in.
Let me try.
He's hanging out, enjoying retirement, right?
Well, you know he's on the West Coast now. Well,
I didn't know that.
Utah. Well, is Utah the West Coast or?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's the Pacific time zone, I believe.
Yeah.
Salt Lake, the lake.
What is he? Did he move back out there?
Yeah.
So he doesn't live in South Jersey anymore.
No.
Oh, wow.
They're still mountain time, by the way.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, I thought you were right. I think you have to go a little bit more west.
Oh, so somewhere in Nevada, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Vegas is, I believe, 3 back.
Wow. I didn't know he totally left the area.
Yeah, his family went out there.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a quick one here. Still live. We'll break at the top here on the JAKIB Media YouTube page. So still live here, but break real quick on Sports Map. Wrap the hour coming up next. Yeah, man. I don't know. Now, what else you got here with this? Now, Joey, I don't know what Joey B is under the impression of. I'm not buying a car on that site. I'm just selling a car on that site.
What site?
the Vroom site.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm not buying anything. I have a car here. I'm taking over my wife bought a new car, and I'm taking over her old car with a lease on it.
Oh.
Through October.
So what do you got?
What do I have?
Yeah.
She's got a BMW 4-door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I have that until October. And what's crazy is it's the same amount I'm paying per month as this Explorer, this Ford Edge I had.
The Edge.
The SUV, right. The Edge.
How was that?
I don't know, man. But
because he was probably upside down in the car that he traded in for that.
Exactly.
That's probably what it was.
That's exactly what it was.
That's
so
exactly right.
This is a lease, and I'm taking over her lease until mid-October, and then I'll just get a new car at that point. But yeah, I just wanted to prevent Joey from continuing to throw odds on cars all the way down to like a Saturn or a Datsun. I have the car here. I just need to sell my car, which is actually surprisingly easy so far. The only thing I did do is send over that power of attorney to sell a car in Texas. So we'll see.
You better hope, man. You better hope everything goes right with that, bro.
Well, look, there's nothing of value in my car right now. So if they just pulled in and put it up on the bed and took it in the middle of the night, then great. You know, they're dealing with I've already signed over the rest of the buyout.
Yeah.
So that's all.
AJ, what kind of cars does everyone drive? What?
Joey B was just spending so much time on these odds, and I felt I had to do something, man. Spare him.
I drive a truck. My name's not.
Yeah. What number did we get with the Packers? Is it 1,700?
No.
Puff of sugar.
We got him at 2,000 at another book.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watch A-Rod gets traded this weekend.
Yep.
We're cooked.
I'd say at that point, we'll see if we can cash the bet out and just cut our losses. You
know, you can't, bro. You can't. They will not trade him, man. I mean, I know I said it with Carson Wentz.
No, I think this is a much easier jump to make.
Oh, no question.
Saturdays. This is The Middle on the SportsMap Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
Two things that I don't know if you guys covered yesterday. We'll break and open up the next hour coming up. But did you see, I don't know if you guys talked about Texas and Oklahoma yesterday?
No, that came out a little bit later, I think in the day. But I saw initially Texas was going to leave, and now I see Oklahoma and Texas are probably going to leave and go to the SEC.
Yeah, which at this point, just make the SEC its own league, like its own sport. Just turn it into a feeder league. Pay these guys a tiered salary. And if you're good enough to play in the SEC, then you're playing a different brand of football. Like,
Mizzou wasn't
see these guys. I'm sorry, Barrett. I don't even want to see these guys play out of conference anymore, especially if those two teams join.
Well, you know, Mizzou left and went to the SEC and had some success early,
but
now they
not
suck
anymore.
again. Yeah, they suck now. That's a different type of football down there, man. You know
what I'm saying, man, right?
SEC football, you know, me doing those college football games, it's just a different mindset.
Yeah. Arkansas shouldn't be there either.
Arkansas shouldn't. Texas A&M shouldn't be there.
Well, then how about that? How about having a relegation system, Harry, to where if you're bad for like 3 straight years, and you don't hit a threshold,
you
then
get relegated to the Big 12.
Back to reality. Oops. Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
All of that. All right, we got to take a quick. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying it's serious, though.
What?
Yeah.
No, you go ahead. You got 20 seconds.
I'm just saying it's serious, man. It's serious football, man. Big 12, they don't play defense. They play defense in SEC. Period, point. That's it. You know, you got to play defense. And I don't know if those two teams can play good enough defense.
Fake news coming up. Also, the other story is there is an amazing idea happening with football this coming year. I don't know if the two guys are going to execute it, but I'm in. I am in. We got a lot to get into. Come on.
I get scared sometimes.
Of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Decisions.
The dark.
The dark.
But I once heard someone say,
But as I always say,
it's okay to be afraid.
as long as you face the fear.
And keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance for over 80 years. Independence Blue Cross.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull beef jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
On the field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
This is a key. It's a family tree. It's a pair of wings. It's a secret handshake. And a ticket to anywhere in the world. It's more than a uniform. It's the door to a world most people only dream of. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong. Try it on at GoArmy.com.
All right.
Got to check these leaderboards.
Oh, man, I got a couple of nice.
Oh,
Gellerman. How about Michael Gellerman? That's my long shot on DK.
Gellerman.
Is that his last name?
Never heard of him.
Yeah, come on. I'm pulling guys out of a bag here, bro.
Yeah.
DraftKings is down, by the way, isn't it?
They belong in a bag.
Not if he's a 0.00% owned that makes the cut.
Hank Lebioda, 2 under. Nice.
Tringali, I had. He
Yeah, me too.
Really good start.
He's 5 under.
I think DraftKings is down. I can't get onto the book either. Definitely their fantasy's down. I ran a couple of the rules are so man, something's up with DraftKings. Wow. I ran my same lineups in FanDuel just to see how it would play out because the rules are different than all.
Hey man, I think Ertz might be out of here real soon now.
Why did you say that?
Evidently, there's been a word that Nelson is pretty, may have been wooed over or swayed over to play for the Eagles. Nelson,
the cornerback,
the corner, yeah.
Michael Gellerman hasn't teed off yet.
Gellerman, yeah. He's my long shot, low owned long shot.
So at this point, he might have.
Okay.
Where's that coming from?
It's coming from. It's called All Steelers FN.
So it's a website.
Yeah, Noah Strackbine.
McIntyre 1 under.
We should.
How about my guy Maverick? Been telling you, Uncle Cooper told you about Maverick.
Here we go, Uncle Cooper.
Oh, Maverick McNeely. Nobody has to tell me about Maverick McNeely.
Jesus. I was on the show last night, Uncle Cooper.
Uncle Cooper.
Hanging with Uncle Cooper. What was the name? What was the damn show? Hanging with Mr. Cooper?
Mr. Cooper, yeah.
So I could do Hanging with Uncle Cooper.
Yeah.
Or maybe it'll just be Banging with Uncle Cooper.
Yeah, Rodney Pete's wife was on that.
Yes, she was.
In fact, you know what? When my rookie year,
Robinson Pete, right?
Yeah, Holly Robinson Pete. My rookie year, she used to watch my kids during the game. She used to babysit my kids during the game, or play around with them and stuff. You know what I mean?
Did she have kids too? Like, did they play together, or was she just?
Okay.
I assume your wife had to be 100% okay with that too.
Oh, no question. No question. Yeah.
Knowing her.
They were good friends, yeah.
I was going to say.
Home loans that fit your life. Rocket can.
Live
What?
from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander,
Oh,
Barrett
man.
Brooks, and Harry May.
Our second hour is officially underway on Sports Map Radio. We are live, as always, at the top of the hour on the JAKIB Media YouTube page. So as you pop in, hit us up. Make sure you smash away on the thumbs up button, a.k.a. the like button, and you're subscribed to the channel here as well. Ron Culver is all fired up and bottled up to deliver the first fake news of the week. It's like when you shake a soda can and you don't open it. And
Right.
you wait a couple of days, and then you come back and you shake it again just to make sure it didn't even itself out. Ron is going to be fired out of the gate like a can of Dr. Pepper from 10 years ago.
He gonna make sure we lose.
Yeah,
I will
coming at us.
defeat you.
And you know what, Barrett? That's a really good point, because Ron is still upset, clearly, that we bumped him on Tuesday for Mighty Mouse, aka
Double in. Come on,
Miller.
man.
Yes. So Ron, I think, is going to take it personally here. And today is where I would suggest we look for like the technicality.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Where
right.
it's like the story is 99% true, except for one small, the sock was really on the left foot, not the right.
Right. It was green instead of red.
Yep. Telling you, this is the type of diabolical mind we deal with. Diabolical on a weekly basis, bi-weekly basis. Also, just so everybody knows out there, we've talked a lot about this Zach Ertz storyline, and Barrett brought up this report that it looks like the Eagles could be interested, and then mutually interest between Nelson and the Birds, which would be a really solid fit for a team that right now, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't really have a second cornerback. Like, there's a body, there's a name associated with those bodies, but they don't really have a number 2 cornerback.
Right.
No question about that. You know, I mean, nobody's jumped up to take the reins. You know, it's been there for whoever's going to do it, but nobody's done it yet. And it's been for the last 3 years.
Yep.
So, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's a good point. All right, we're back in 3. Real quick, we're back in 3. All right, Mikey. Go ahead, Harry.
No, I'm just saying, well, then that would make sense that they'd have to get rid of Zach Ertz.
Yep.
Correct.
Because of the money. Now, AJB on the stream says, I have Patton Kazire in my fantasy lineup, and I've never heard of him.
Well, he was on my Max's model.
He's a good player. He played at Auburn. He's good.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
You should have heard of him.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
I have him too.
He's been on this model. Max has had eyes on him for a little bit now. He and let me see. I have him. Yeah, Kazire, right?
Kazire.
I mean, here's another thing too. At 8,600, he's pretty much accurately priced, so you can maneuver him on DK. But no, he made the model. Boy, I knew it was going to be, just because he was so chalk. There was no way that Dustin Johnson was going to be a play.
No, my DK lineup is
I don't have
Tringali, Kazire, Lebiota, Vegas, Stewart, and Bubba. And Bubba's off to a bad start. He's 2 over.
That's not bad. Now, did you leave cash on the board there?
No.
Okay. So I left a little this is mine that I had. I had List, Stanley, Stricker, Bradley, McNeely, and Reed.
Well, Reed was what, 9-10 grand?
He was 10-3. So I paid up for Reed. But these other guys in Stanley and Stricker are under 8K.
Right.
Bradley and look, McNeely Maverick is a steal at 8,400. So I'm just pissed off we can't get on the site here. Can you get on it?
No.
There you go. Oh, this sucks. I'm stuck watching a FanDuel lineup.
I didn't take anything on Patrick Reed this weekend.
I got a couple of bets here. I bet a little different than DFS though. I'll tell you who I got really good odds on.
I got Gim on a bet.
Yeah. I have him on a couple of
top 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a really good DFS play this weekend because he's cheap.
Yeah. And I got him in a matchup over Joel Damon.
I think I have Damon. I can't get on and see these bets because DraftKings is down. Wow. What a disgrace. Why would they be down like this?
I don't know.
Man, I had a rough stretch here. Saved it with a big play this morning, but
on what?
I went 5 straight, took L's. Now 3 of those
on
were
ping pong.
Yeah, 3 of those were in match.
Same
guy, doubled down, then tripled down. Got burned. But then I hit a big one here at the end of the day.
On the Sports Map Radio Network.
Presented by
So
Rocket
ROI is like
Live
0.
from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right, fake news coming up. And well, I think we had something else that you were teasing. Some more audio. Is there any more Jera?
I think we pretty much got most of the good Jera audio.
Yep.
I mean, I think every week he's worth playing. Like, during the season when he does his radio show, there'll always be stuff that'll filter out of that from when he goes on with RJ Choppy.
Yeah.
And I think that's a weekly feature.
No, I agree.
I
definitely do.
Especially now that he's adding in the like it's really, it's must hear audio.
Oh my goodness.
I think you're right. We have to keep an eye on it. Maybe people out there can help the show, and if they hear anything Jerry miss,
right.
The gift that keeps on gifting.
I'd get him on Cameo to say some you're listening to the middle. You know what I mean? He would do a great promo for the show.
Is he on Cameo?
Oh, he should be.
Hold on. Jerry Jones Cameo?
I mean, he needs to be.
He probably is. Any way to make money, he got it.
The only thing that shows up, a lot of it at least shows up, is his cameo on Entourage.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, I tell you. Mike Flory. Jerry Jones makes his Entourage cameo. Coming up next. Let's see. I do not think he's on there. There has to be somebody, though. No, it doesn't look like he's there.
Man.
Diamond Dallas Page.
I mean, what do you think of that move by Doug doing this? It's kind of goofy, isn't it?
No, I think a lot of people are on here, not necessarily like to make a lot of money. Like Ken Daniels is the broadcaster for the Detroit Red Wings. It's $75 to get him to do a cameo for something.
Well, that would be sort of like having back in the day, Harry Callis on Cameo, because probably has a very distinctive voice, delivery. and the fans of said team, would do that. And I get Eagles fans would like to get dug, but like, where's the appeal beyond the Eagle fan?
Okay, I have an idea here. I'm going to give you a number, and then I'm going to give you 3 people that could possibly have this number for what it would charge for a cameo. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
$70. $70. Your first option. Now, again, let's hear the options first. Vince Papale. Second option is Ryan Arcidiacono.
Yeah, that's the Villanova player.
Villanova, yeah.
Yeah, he's in the league. I think is he with the Bulls right now?
With the Bulls.
Yeah.
He's with the Bulls. So Ryan Arcidiacono, Vince Papale, Ray Lewis. Who is $70 for a cameo of those 3?
It's definitely not Ray Lewis.
I'd say Vince Papale.
Yeah,
well, Barrett's right. Harry is wrong.
So it's Arch.
Yes.
Okay.
Arch. Now, Vince is 60. Ray Lewis is 30.
Vince is 60.
Vince is 60. Ray Lewis is 300.
Yeah, I figured he'd be pretty high. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And it's called Cameo?
Yeah.
Oh, Cameo. Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
Do you know who Manolo is? A golf instructor? Harry? Manolo?
Then is that guy that's all over Instagram? He's pretty funny. You got to smack that bleep, he says in the bunker. He's funny. I think that's the guy that I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
The most famous Manolo is always going to be Scarface, right?
Well, yeah,
Manolo,
of course.
Shoot that piece of beep.
Yeah.
Look at the wrestlers they have. Randy Couture.
Yeah.
Bret the Hitman Hart.
Mm-hmm.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Well, those wrestling fans they're crazy, and they love all those guys, and they will constantly pay for more access.
Aaron Boone is 305.
Get out of here.
30. Well, Yankees manager, man.
Yeah, he stinks.
You know what this reminds me of? This. How about the guy from Hanson, Dave Hanson, not the Hanson brothers as far as like Hanson the group, but the Hanson brothers from Slapshot. He's a $1.16.
Okay. Wow.
I can see. I can see Michael Buffer.
Is he on here?
Yeah, Michael Buffer, $375. That I would say that.
That seems cheap. Dude,
Yeah.
375 for 350, I could get Dolph Lundgren. If he dies, he dies. You are listening to Middle.
Yeah.
I could get him to do the intro on the Uncle Cooper show.
Is Kevin James on Cameo?
I'm only on the sports people, but
because that would be a good one for you, Eytan.
I don't need
have him intro your show.
I don't know. What am I going to do? Have Kevin James say, "Hey, this is for the biggest King of Queens fan."
Exactly.
I'll tell you what. This kind of reminds me of like what's happening with college athletes, where instead of responding on Twitter or responding to somebody on Instagram, it's like you have so much access to celebrities right now. You might as well get paid for a response.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like you might as well get, in this case, your likeness essentially is what this, the soup Nazi is $80
from Seinfeld.
Yes.
Wow.
$80.
Said the entertainer is $250.
Cedric.
Yep.
Yeah. He's that. I don't think that's reflective of what his star was. If Cameo came out back with the Kings of Comedy, he probably could have charged, maybe $500 for that.
No question.
Let's see. David Koechner.
Okay.
$225 for him. That's a lot.
That seems like a lot.
I'm trying to find people like Bob Saget is $349.
Find out what Mikey Miss gets. He's on there.
I'm on the actors page. How about Hassan Johnson, who's
that?
Well, he's from the so. Do you know the most famous? He's Weebay from The Wire.
Oh, okay.
And he has the most famous GIF, or arguably like top 5 famous GIF ever, where he finds out that the female that he shot was the police officer, and he's like,
"Oh, I've seen that."
Spins around like that. And he's like,
"Yeah." Who's the dude that you always use? The young kid that's going like.
Oh, I don't know what that's.
That is the greatest.
I think it's from like a kid show.
Is it? It's hilarious.
He's like blown away. He's like,
yes.
Yeah. I think it's from like a kid show where it was like some sort of superpower was pushing him, and he's like, it's amazing. I love that. Blown away.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
Steve Gutenberg is 250.
Bro, I had no idea that you could do this, man. None whatsoever.
You should be on this.
You should be on this.
No.
Seriously. Now, I have an idea. I wonder if we could do this. I have an idea. So let's think about this. And I'm taking anybody here who has the money that wants to back this, including if Barrett himself wants to back this. We're going to go to Adam Schefter and all these other people to see if they want to source this. But here's my idea. It's essentially Cameo for high school coaches / athletes. So let's say I'm the head coach of fill in the blank, Warminster High School, right? I don't even know if that exists, but whatever.
No, it's William Tennant.
William Tennant. All right. So I'm the head coach of the William Tennant High School football team.
Mm-hmm.
I go to this version of Cameo, right? We'll call it fill in the blankio. And I see a bunch of different former football players on here that played different positions. So I can get my right tackle's tape analyzed by Barrett Brooks for $350. And the return is a Barrett breakdown, not of somebody in the NFL, but of John Smith, my right tackle. So families now have the opportunity. It would be like they can go around the coach and say, all right, look, I want my tape analyzed by a former professional athlete.
Yeah.
So you can do this with basketball. You can do this with football. You can do this with any sport you want. You can do this with golf, where you have your
swing analyzed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's coming from a former professional who is breaking down the tape, like Barrett Brooks breaking down someone's son or daughter, depending on the team, right? Left tackle or center at high school. That's amazing to be able to do that.
Parents will pay top dollar for that.
Thank you.
Top dollar for that. You got something there, Eytan. Yeah.
All right.
You got something there, man. They would pay top dollar because, I mean, I'm around. I went to practice yesterday, Woodrow Wilson High School. Just help those guys out a little bit over there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy how the parents, live vicariously through their kids.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's like,
it's nauseating, to be honest with you.
Spares no expense.
Yeah.
And I was talking to one of the coaches, and one of the coaches, he was a coach in Kansas City for a minute, and he had one of his kids, one of the kids' parents come by and say, hey, why aren't you playing my kid? My kid should be playing. Every night he comes home crying and complaining about you not playing him. He needs to be played. He said, excuse me, could you please come to practice and we'll alleviate all this noise? You know what I'm saying? Just come to practice. All right, I'll be there. She comes to practice. The kid plays middle linebacker. He put, all right, then this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my third string running back and my third string tight end and my third string fullback and put your son in practice.
Right.
Man, the fullback hits her son, knocks him out, lays him out over the game. You see, you think your son is all good. He come home telling he's good. He really sucks.
Right.
But I'm just protecting your son from getting his head knocked off every day. You see what just happened? That's my third team fullback that just did that to your son. You want to come here, hollering and screaming and cussing about your son being good. Look at him right there. All right, wait a minute. Let me put him in with the varsity guy. No, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. You don't want to put him in the starter? I mean, you telling me he needs to play.
Right.
You want me to put him in? No. So sometimes these parents just say, hey, just sit back and like, all right, let me see what's going on first before I just believe everything my kid says. Oh, my kid's he's an all-star. He's the next Ray Lewis. Man, he couldn't hit his way out of a wet paper bag.
Nope. You wouldn't be charging $300 on Cameo, that's for sure.
Does Deion Sanders on Cameo? What would he could get a lot.
Oh, no question.
I
you know who could get a lot? The Rock.
Oh God.
The Rock could probably get like $1,000.
Well, I don't know. I mean, can I sort? I can sort, I guess, by high. All right, so let me do this. Let me ask you. Wow, Phil Hendry is $1,000.
He's the radio personality.
He is amazing.
Yeah,
Jenna
he's very
Davidson
talented.
Is $1,000. She's
really
$99. Yeah. Who's Kinsey Schofield?
Never heard of him or her.
It's a her.
Okay.
And she's an actress, former reality star turned TV personality, TV celebrity. Oops.
Tremendous.
No, I would
Waste of time.
Look, if I'm paying $1,000 for anything with Kinsey Schofield, I hope there would be something physical as a result of that. But then I'll look like Dwayne Haskins,
right?
Asking for money back. All right.
Got the whole story, man. I'm glad you sent that to me, bro.
Yeah, I sent that to Barrett. That story of him asking for he paid 20 grand. He got her $20,000 worth of gifts.
Yeah.
I mean, really?
And then ask for it back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who you would know here. Phil Hendry, by the way, man, he had some bits. I wonder if we could ever play that.
Phil Hendry, yeah, he had all these characters, and it was amazing stuff that he did.
He had his phone, right? But I don't know if you've ever seen this. I'll have to pull it up at some point. But just as far as like being on the radio and ever doing a radio show, that anybody who's ever been in that spot, I'll tell you, we'll take a quick one coming up in a sec, but anyone who's ever been in that spot can appreciate the genius of this, where he's talking into the microphone, right, to a guest on the phone. The guest on the phone is him on the phone. So he's muting his microphone and then talking into the phone, saying like, well, I don't really understand what you're talking about. And he would bring on these guests who would have the most outlandish opinions, like somebody talking about how the only way you can properly discipline your child would be, it's like ridiculous, like to hit him with a rod and like beat them at. And, this woman coming on saying, well, I told you that this would be, and it's him. Right.
Yeah.
And then
he did all the voices.
People would be calling up, reacting. How dare you bring this woman on? And
yeah. It was
seriously
amazing. Yes. Yeah,
what's his name?
The Phil Hendry Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lennox Lewis, it's $500. Wow. I wonder if I only saw one porn star on here and she's not even active. Michael Irvin, by the way, 500. I think that's an undersell. All right, we got to take a quick break. We're back in 3. It's the middle.
I get scared sometimes.
Of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Decisions.
The dark.
The dark.
But I once heard someone say,
But as I always say,
it's okay to be afraid.
As long as you face the fear.
And keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance for over 80 years. Independence Blue Cross.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull beef jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
On the field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
This is a key. It's a family tree. It's a pair of wings. It's a secret handshake. And a ticket to anywhere in the world. It's more than a uniform. It's the door to a world most people only dream of. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong. Try it on at GoArmy.com.
on the Sports Map Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right. You have heard us talk, tease, maybe even been a part of this segment. We had to blow it off earlier in this week, but we are back. 3 stories. One of them is fake, and we have an angry, upset, and I'm sure vindictive Ron Culver today.
I don't know about vindictive. I'm playing by the rules. I heard what you guys had to say earlier. I'm not going to be rude.
Appreciate that double in.
However, what you guys were on Cameo, and I was just looking at some of the pricing list as well. Did you know you can get Antoine Dodson for $100?
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cheap, isn't it?
Do you know who Antoine Dodson is?
Yes.
That viral video star was like, hide your kids.
Yes, hide your wife, hide your kids. We've played that song multiple times on. I know you and I have at the very least.
Yeah.
Like, remember we did this and we found out that he's like a realtor, isn't he?
Something like that now, yeah.
Yeah.
Or a car salesman, like successful car salesman. I mean,
Kevin Antoine Dodson. You guys remember this, right?
Refresh my memory of the viral video of this.
We got somebody out here like breaking into windows. So hide your wife, hide your kid. It was like one of the.
Was he wearing a bandana around his head?
Yeah, it was like one of the first videos to ever go viral, right?
Yeah.
And then it was made into a song.
Uh-huh.
Like somebody did the song where it was like auto-tuned. Hide your wife, hide your kids. You don't remember this, Barrett? You don't remember this, Barrett?
Barrett's frozen.
Barrett, like what's happening to you?
I just saw it and looked at it again.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about now, right?
Bro, they had a song with hide your kids, hide your wife.
Come on. Wait a second.
But is he worth $100?
No.
Yes, I'd rather pay $100 for him than $500 for Hass. Like, are you kidding me? Here's what this is. Here's why he's worth it. Is because this is back when people would play music and songs as their ringtone, and like when you had, Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Could See by Busta Rhymes, and you would be the person on the subway or wherever it would be, and like, oh man, that's crazy. That's a cool. Like nobody has that. Like, that's what this would be, is you'd be able to flex on everybody else and say, you're spending $500 for Hasselhoff? I got the hide your wife, hide your kids guy.
Bruh, and he's all, he's all, hide your kids, hide your wife. He's all into it, bruh.
I guess you can do that.
Yeah, that guy.
My brother did this for our father, and he got Dave Roberts to do a cameo and just wish him a happy birthday.
That's it.
That was it. Yeah, but it was like the good 45-second long thing that Dave Roberts took the time out to do, and mention names or said his name and stuff like that. It was a cool gesture. But that's pretty much what it was.
But could we hold on, let's just say hypothetically it's Harry's 54th. You just had your birthday.
56.
56,
Yeah.
right?
It's still in that window.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, could we not get Dotson to do it's Harry Mays' 56th birthday, so hide your wife, hide your kids. Like, couldn't we get him to do that? That's worth $100.
I think Uncle Cooper should pay for it all.
Is Uncle Cooper on here? Hold on a second. He's got to be on Cameo.
You think so?
Yes. What's the guy's name again? All right, go ahead. We got to see. This is why we never get to this damn segment. It's because we always derail.
We always go down a rabbit hole.
What's the guy's name? Uncle Cooper. Uncle.
Not the Hoople.
No, Lenny Venito. I did, by the way, watch the episode where he's in Flight of the Conchords. It's where they get mugged, and he is absolutely hilarious in it. He used to be a little bigger, a little fatter. Lenny Venito. I just want to see if he's on here. Go ahead, though, Ron. We can get to this.
Like I said before, when you guys were talking about fake news, am I getting vindictive or anything like that? I said, no, I'm not going to get vindictive, but I do have 5 stories for you guys.
5 stories? Wait a second. We have 2 minutes before we need to break here.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
So let's push it to the next segment.
Push it off to next week.
Okay.
Next segment, not next week.
No. How much? All right, here you go, Harry. How much do you think Sergio Garcia charges? Actually, hold on a second. Okay. I'm going to give you 3 names, and you tell me which of these guys does not charge 400. 2 of the 3 charge 400. One of these guys does not.
Okay.
All right. And I'm going to tell you, the only hint is that the one who does not charge 4 charges more. Bo Jackson, Sergio Garcia, Bruce Arians.
Wow. Boy, I'd say Bo Jackson charges more. No?
We can see through your glasses what you're looking at, so don't try and lie to us and say you're not watching right now the cameos on who is on there and the charge of it.
No, because I'm watching Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife.
Sure you are. That's your new doctor.
I'm gonna say Bo
the next day.
I'm gonna say Bo Jackson.
You're both wrong.
Really?
What?
Bruce Arians charges $500.
Wow.
Now, can you blame the man? He's red hot.
I know. I mean, take it while you can get it. I get it, but man, wow.
Now, have you guys ever heard of Kenny Rosenberg? And I don't mean Ken Rosenberg as far as the guy who covers baseball, but a pitcher.
That's Ken Rosenthal.
Oh, Rosenthal, correct.
Yeah. Ken
Not
Rosenberg.
Sid Rosenberg.
No, that's Sid. Sid's on Cameo.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
Not Sid Rosenberg. His name is Kenny Rosenberg. He played for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Never heard of him.
Me neither.
So, no? Okay,
No.
I was just making sure because he charges $10. That seems a little low for a guy who played, right?
Well, Mikey Miss charges 45, I see.
That's a good price range for Mike.
Yeah.
Kenny Rosenberg right now is on the Montgomery Biscuits, which is AA for Tampa.
Jeez.
But you know what, man? Like,
that's
what
Montgomery, Alabama.
Exactly. Emmett Smith. Wow,
Look.
Emmett Smith charging
Muhammad Malik.
25.
Look at Muhammad Malik.
Yeah, Jake Asman. Is he on Cameo? Muhammad wants to know.
Hold on.
And what would he charge? What could Asman get on Cameo?
I do not see
$1.25. $1.25 easy.
Dude, if he gets 125, I'm going on Cameo.
I'm telling you.
All right.
An Asman.
My goodness.
Take on here, by the way. See a lot of other people. A lot of other Jakes and a lot of other A's. But Jake Busey is on here. All right, we're back in 3 other network. Man, I'll tell you, maybe we should just put the show on.
Yeah.
Which is our end around of making money off of Barrett. It's basically just for Barrett, and then if anybody else wanted, like Harry, and yeah, okay.
Joey B says Jake Asman gets a $15 Chipotle gift card.
It's as good as currency in his house.
It's really is.
It's worth its weight in gold.
I mean, that's like
Right.
Bitcoin for him, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree.
Yo.
Schwartzman should be on Cameo.
This
goes out to my good buddy.
Yeah, that's exactly. Everything would be the same. It would be the script.
Right.
To my good buddy John in Cleveland.
John, my friend.
You're right.
Look, now that I know him.
Yeah.
You can see it, right?
Right.
Now that I know him, yeah.
Right. Oh, funny.
How is Jake getting so much hype on art? Come on now. Now Jake's a star on the middle.
Well,
Asman's that dude.
You know, that's what happens, man. You know, you start popping in here like this. Tell you, it's something.
Wow.
Hide your kids, hide your wife,
The
hide your
15th
husband.
The 15th prediction for the Eagles, according to Kevin Kincaid, is J.J. Arcega-Whiteside doesn't make the team.
Yes.
Is that really a risk, though?
Yes. No, not really. It's not a risk.
No.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's not a risk. He won't make the squad.
You don't think so?
No.
Wow.
That's the most. I think, you know what? I should have wrote that this week, but it was so much on Ben Simmons still. I think that is, honestly, I think that's the best, even if it's underlying, that's the best thing about this season is that there are so many people on this team that are not loyal to bad decisions. JJ Arcega-Whiteside, it's nothing personal. He was a bad decision as far as the draft pick when they took him. There's
But
no
see, that was the owner's decision, though.
right. So now if you've hired somebody, even if it's Sirianni and this coaching staff and all, and they come back and they say, look, man, this dude can't play, you have years of that backed up, right? It's not like Doug Peterson in the room the day after saying, hey, why'd you do this to me?
Right. Nobody's been held accountable for decisions that they made. And now that we're in the future.
But the guys that made the decisions are still here.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
You're going to ask a guy that clearly sees this guy can't play.
Right.
Make him a player.
Right.
Ridiculous. You can't do that. You can't ask him to do that. Sometimes you have to cut your losses.
Right.
And they cut a lot of second-round losses.
Look, I cut
Sidney Jones.
I had to cut a couple of losses at the Liga this morning, Howard.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Look, sometimes all you do is just lose some juice. That's fine with me.
Not that Broad's juice.
No, I'm not drinking any juice.
Presented by JAKIB Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
What? All right, he's got 5 stories, man. This might take the whole segment.
Oh, this is gonna get us to the top to overtime.
I didn't even bring up that Simmons tweet yet, only because I wanted to wait for overtime at this point. Now, should we give Ron his proper his proper introduction?
Yes, please.
Terrifying moments for a woman who woke up to a strange man in bed with her. The woman screamed. Her brother rushed in to help and tried to fight the offender off. That break-in happened early this morning in the 500 block of Webster.
So obviously, we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out.
Just on that note, Ron Culver, ladies.
Wow.
So I don't even know how to respond to that.
You did that.
You brought
started
up
it.
on Dodson initially.
I brought him up, but now you're calling me a rapist and telling everyone.
No, you're the voice of reason. You're the Dodson of Sports Map.
Double in. It's not you, man. It's not you, man. But that's the brother, and he's the brother who was trying to fight off the dude.
First you bumped me on Tuesday. Now you're doing this to me on Thursday. What's gonna happen next week?
Hide your wife, hide your kids, and your husband.
That's right. Ron Culver is here.
Oh my goodness!
By the way, real quick, did you know that Cameo also has Cameo Calls, so you can go live with them?
Oh, I imagine that's a little more, right?
I have no idea. I'm looking at this one. This was with Pee Wee Herman, and you can click a link that says "Notify me when available."
Do you think people get trolled on this, like just to spend? Like, people have disposable income. Do you think somebody would?
Video.
What's
I
that?
mean, this is a video. I'm watching Pee Wee right now.
No, but I mean, like, do you think somebody with disposable income would just call up or just have the ability to have that conversation with someone like Pee Wee Herman and say, "You bleeping pervert, you make me
probably
sick," right?" And
yeah,
hang the phone up.
Definitely.
Like, that's worth $500. You bleeping pervert, you make me sick. And then
That dude, look, that dude right over Harry's shoulders. He's making cameos for you, bro.
Yeah, I think he's out there impersonating you on
I need a
Cameo.
lawyer if that's the case. I might need Fritz and
Fritz and being Cooley.
I might need the whole team.
That's right.
All right.
I will tell you this too. One section I think is growing leaps and bounds is the you can reach out to some college athletes,
Okay.
and they're not that much. They're like $12.
Yeah, that's you can get them early.
But yep.
Now, can you sell that? See, that's what it's like, an NFT or something like this. Could you get fill in the blank college athlete who's a junior right now in the SEC? You get him as a cameo saying, "Hey, Shander, bleep, bleep, love you," whatever. And then that's it. And then he goes on to be the next LeBron James or the next Tom Brady. Can I sell that like an eBay card? Like, can I sell that like his rookie card?
I think you could sell anything that's anybody's willing to buy.
Okay.
Like,
right.
For example, do we think Zamir White, University of Georgia, is a running back?
Mhm.
He's going to be have promise. University of Georgia usually has good running backs.
Yeah,
right?
but I wouldn't spend top money on a running back. There's so much. There's so much that could go wrong for that kid.
How about Sam Howell at North Carolina, the quarterback?
Yes.
Not bad.
A lot of
Okay.
people think he's going to be something big.
Yeah,
probably
you can
charged
get
like
in.
$100 already.
Yeah. All right, we better get to these stories.
Let's do it.
All right, story number 1. And I think you guys can spot a theme with all these stories. You ready?
Yes.
What is it? Revenge? Is that the theme?
Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Oh.
Story number 1. Poland, unfortunately, does not know how to count. They had to send 6 members of their Olympic swim team home after arriving in Japan with too many.
Oh, that is the worst, like, to fit in a stereotype.
Wow.
That's almost too obvious, right? Like, of all countries, it's like to fill in the self-fulfilling prophecy.
Like, we're going back to All in the Family here with Meathead.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? The Polak jokes. Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Story number 2.
Story number 2, in a tune-up for the Olympics, India's cricket team faced off against Pakistan's, where both benches cleared in what has been called outrageous and a definite break from decorum.
Well, that's a huge rivalry. Those two countries hate each other, don't they?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So this could lead to something much bigger, is what you're saying. Yes?
Ron?
Did we lose you?
No, I didn't know I thought you were talking to Harry.
No, I was kind of
Barrett,
throwing it out back to you.
Work it out as you guys always do.
Well, these cricket matches can last days, don't they?
Yes.
They can go on forever.
That's what I mistakenly put a wager on a cricket match. I didn't realize it took a week.
Mm-hmm.
I was so out of it. I didn't even realize once it hit what I realized. All right, what's story 3?
Story 3.
One of the swimming venues at the Olympics for the triathlon and marathon swim will be held in Tokyo Bay, which many have said smells like a toilet, but does have agreed limits, and I'm using agreed limits in quotations, of E. coli levels.
Well,
and we talked about this.
Exactly. And the only way that this would be fake is if, like, the E. coli is something that you added to the story.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I would think so, because
I'm not doing anything like that to you.
Okay, so
all right. So that's a true one.
We know this story to be true. We talked about this last week.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're down to 4 stories, and this is the 4th one coming up. 4 that could be 5 total.
A Ugandan weightlifter earlier this week had gone missing at the Olympics, leaving behind a note saying he wanted to start a new life in Japan.
Oh, hey, there are far worse places on the planet to start a new life.
Yeah. Except I'm told they don't have a lot of the vaccine over there.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's what all this concern is, that they still might have to shut the Olympics down because apparently Japan, as forward of a nation as it is, apparently doesn't have a lot of vaccine available.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe that's a deterrent for.
Yeah.
Like, clearly he wanted to get out of his situation. I wonder if there is anybody physically at home he is trying. Like, do we know, is this just to get out of a country? Is this to get out of a community? Is this to get out of a marriage?
Right.
Like, hold on. He may look at himself being like, hey, I just touched down in Tokyo. I may not have a better chance right now to run than this.
Right.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone's soccer game movie.
The final story ahead of the first softball game at Azuma Sports Park in Fukushima. A bear was spotted on the field, and by the time authorities got to it, they were unable to find it.
What was buried?
A bear.
A bear was spotted on the field ahead of the first soccer game at Azuma Sports Park.
Wow.
But then when they got on the field, they couldn't find the bear.
Yes. When they custodians and security guards all went anywhere in the park.
All right, I'm saying the Ugandan story is the fake one.
Give me story.
Are you want me to run him down again?
Yeah, but you can take out the.
No, I'll just shorten it for you. I'll give you the short version. Story number 1 is about Poland can't counting. Story number 2 is the India versus Pakistan cricket game that ended in a brawl.
Yep.
Story number 3 is, you guys all know to be true, as the Tokyo Bay smells like a toilet. Story number 4, Ugandan weightlifter disappears in Japan.
I hope this is true.
And story number 5, a bear was spotted just before the first Olympic softball game.
Now, I did see this story about the grizzly bear terrorizing this guy up in Alaska until the Coast Guard came in. What's that?
That's nowhere near Japan.
No, but you could have easily just saw that trending and thought, I need a fake story. Let me throw a bear story in here.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
Honestly,
when in doubt, go bear.
Yes. I'm going to say story 2, to be honest with you. I think story 2 is fake. I think story 1 is so obvious that Here's why I think story 2 is fake. Because it's a sports story and it's a brawl. And I feel like between the three of us, we would have seen something like this on social. You could miss a story about the other, like Poland sending too many Olympians. You could miss that story. I don't think we miss a sports story that ends in a brawl. So I'm going to say story 2 for me.
I'm going to say story 2 because I think cricket's supposed to be one of those honorable games. You know, it's like one of those uppity games.
You don't fight.
Yeah, you don't fight at cricket.
Okay. Theory. I like that. Harry, you're still going to stick?
I'm sticking with the Ugandan story.
Okay. Ron?
Harry, you're wrong.
Okay.
Eytan, Barrett, you guys are right. Good job. Here's the one clue you guys should have had. A cricket game during the Olympics, I don't think could hold up because how do you, I mean, like you said, a cricket match could last a week. The Olympics are only 2 weeks long.
Yeah, so it would overlap.
And that's 2 weeks too long.
I thought for sure that would, give it away that I said cricket.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and I don't know. I mean, I do think there is a certain decorum when it comes to cricket, but I'm pretty certain that India and Pakistan could come to blows because they do hate each other.
Right.
And that's true. But I am just crickets on the Olympics in general, I think. That's probably why I got the story wrong.
But that Ugandan story is true. Now, he was found yesterday, and they're trying to persuade him to leave, and he doesn't want to go home.
Well, didn't he just get there? I mean, the Olympics don't even start until tomorrow.
He showed up early, but didn't qualify for the Olympics. He was one of those that still needed to qualify to make it into the Olympic Games. He did not qualify. And the ruling in Japan right now is that if you aren't a part of the Olympics or your event is finished, you have 5 days to get out of there. So,
and that's probably because of COVID.
That's because of COVID. And it doesn't matter. You can win all the gold medals in your sport. You have 5 days to leave. So that means the closing ceremonies might be very, very empty. More empty than will be, normally because there's no fans.
Wow.
Yeah.
Barrett's got to be the biggest Olympics fan on this show.
I couldn't even tell you what's happening.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Oh, you're
I'm supposed to be.
You're out.
I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, I know. You're supposed to be.
I thought for sure you would be all in on the Olympics because there's going to be betting literally 24 hours a day.
You can bet on a lot of stuff 24 hours.
I mean, this is up your wheelhouse. They're going to have ping pong.
No. See,
judo.
Ping pong only works when it's the Liga Pro, when it's Russian, because I know that there's already a sense. Like, I can manage that sense of corruption. The international corruption, they have no shame. Like a minus 5,000 favorite will lose outright, and it's like everything's off. I don't trust anything. There's so much data and information you'd have to find out and mine for the Olympics. It's not even worth the return, honestly. I'd rather bet preseason NFL. Because at least, well, here's the thing, though. Preseason NFL, a lot of these lines are set for the whole, like, starters. Eagles take on the Jets. It's set as a line for the Eagles starters versus the Jets starters. But if you know the second, third, fourth string guys on your team, and you know that you've got a couple of guys of promise here, or we believe, let's say Joe Flacco takes over for the Eagles after Jalen Hurts. Well, that's a pretty strong second string guy in the preseason who's probably going to play like 2 quarters. So to me, that says the Eagles have a much better chance of beating the Jets versus whoever the hell the Jets are going to go to after Zach Wilson. See, I know that. I don't know.
Wow, you're bullish on Joe Flacco in the preseason.
It's the second and third quarter of the first preseason.
Right, but you realize he's playing with backups too.
I get it, but I'd rather trust him throwing the ball than whoever. I don't even know who the Jets' backup is.
Yeah. They say they bet more with preseason than they do regular season, don't they?
There's a lot of money that comes in preseason football.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of money. Oh, nice. We gotta thank Amy. Next time you see Amy, please thank Amy Fadul Kane for the retweet of our show today.
Okay.
All right. That's it. All right. We're gonna break. Anything else before this?
Appreciate it, Double N.
That was pretty good. Harry, you got it?
I even retweeted that show tweet.
Thank you.
Did I?
Yeah.
I think you did.
I'm just playing. I know I did.
Wow. Amazing. that our old place has ripped off yet another bit from WIP. I just
really?
Yes. Yep. Oh man. Only because I've listened multiple times. The midday show on IP has done a couple of different trials, including the trial of Joe DeCamera. There was a trial with John Marks as well, if Johnny Marks is a true Philly guy. So today, the other station has done their trial. It's just like, you know, either there's just a lack of self-awareness, or it's just like, hey, it worked on IP. Let's do it here.
As you know, you can't have much shame in sports radio in July, man.
I guess if
you really
you're
can't.
ripping off the competition, you're right. We're back in 3.
I get scared sometimes.
Of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Decisions.
The dark.
The dark.
But I once heard someone say,
But as I always say,
it's okay to be afraid.
as long as you face the fear.
And keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance for over 80 years. Independence Blue Cross.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull beef jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 to 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
On the field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
This is a key. It's a family tree. It's a pair of wings. It's a secret handshake. And a ticket to anywhere in the world. It's more than a uniform. It's the door to a world most people only dream of. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong. Try it on at GoArmy.com.
Man, I forgot I had Duffner too.
Studio.
They're in a weather delay.
Yeah, I saw that.
Barrett Brooks and Harry Mays.
Look at this one here. Ustazen, Garcia, Maverick, Luke List, Jason Duffner, Michael Gellerman. That is a squad. That's going to make
Michael Gellerman.
Oh, yeah. Gellerman is 1% owned on DK.
Yeah, no wonder.
Well, no, you need punts. Yeah. Like these optimal lineups that win 100. These are lineups that win 100,000. You think they got all chalk?
No. But I mean, geez, I never heard of the guy.
Me neither. Max sent me this model, and I said, "Who the hell is Michael Gellerman?" And he said he's a really cheap punt. He works well here on this course. He fits the model. I guarantee you, like Gellerman is like top 10 in some really good metric. That's why he That's why he met it. You couldn't pick Gellerman out if he fell on you.
Sounds like he's like a one of those almost silent actors in a scene from Seinfeld.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know what I mean?
He's number 1 in strokes gained on approach. All right.
Okay.
That's pretty damn good.
He's on the treadmill right next to what's her name?
What?
At the gym when she goes to the gym.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. You would
Doesn't say a word. Michael Gellerman. Guy on treadmill.
He's doing it, man. Gellerman is in. All right. Oh man. All right. Now, what do you think of this here? This is the Eberle.
Yeah, this is the trade.
I tell you, this is much better than Brogdon in the first, which was never
Sacramento.
Yes.
Buddy Hield, Marvin Bagley the third, and a couple of picks.
Well, you get the 9th pick this year.
Oh, wow.
And you have to go because of the stipend rule. You can't go, the back-to-back. So you spread them out.
Right.
And some of this is banking on that the Sacramento Kings are still not going to be good. And after this year, those picks are still going to be lottery.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get now the top 10 and 25 is the expectation that by then maybe they can get out of that. But look, if they're a 14th to 18th pick and you're picking 28th, you can easily package those two and move up if you wanted. So I look at the currency more so than the players and think, this isn't my top choice, but if I woke up the next day and saw this for Ben Simmons,
yeah, I wouldn't be bent.
Me neither.
I'd be okay with it.
No question. I mean, you get a score in Buddy Hield. He can contribute now, but the long-term goals are having those first round picks, and I'd be cool with that. I'd be very cool with it.
Doing that.
Now, what makes him think that that's a deal that's out there to be made? I mean, is this just a trade machine thing that works with a team that always seems to be in flux? Like this, is he making this trade, cooking this thing up because he's hearing that Sacramento might want to deal Buddy Hield for Ben Simmons?
Well, they've been talking about they started talking about that earlier in the season, didn't they? That was a trade rumor earlier in the season
for Ben.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, I remember this earlier in the season. This before, before even the playoffs. So, I mean, let me see. What did he average this year?
Simmons?
No, Buddy Hield stats wise.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing.
16 points a game.
Correct. Hield comes in Hield doesn't come in as your number, as a top 3 option for scoring. Hield is a guy Hield is an upgrade to Danny Green, right?
Right.
But you've moved money, and while that's equal in the sense of it, as far as the 33, you're not necessarily hamstrung with one guy. So there is something here. Now, if you really wanted to, you could throw in, God, I don't know who it would be. It's probably going to be a combination of Maxey or Thibault, but you could get Halliburton back. And if
Iowa State.
Yes, that kid can play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Sacramento wants to part ways with him because he's the future alongside Fox, and they ain't giving up Fox. I saw that Ash on the stream. I'd love De'Aaron Fox here. Sacramento, I do not believe would give him up. If you could work a deal out where you could get back Halliburton and not give up Thibault or Maxey, then okay, I'm listening. From that standpoint.
I know.
Yeah, they're not giving up De'Aaron Fox.
No. But if you could maneuver Halliburton here, then I think you might be onto something.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you'd have to give someone or you work a third team in.
I don't think so. I don't think you would have to give up. I don't think so.
Well, Halliburton is worth more. You couldn't just swap him out for one of these guys. From a contract, from a money standpoint, it wouldn't work with Bagley, who's better than, and Hield, who he makes less than. And if I'm the Sixers, I'd much rather, like, Halliburton is going to be better than anybody you could get at 9.
Right.
Yes.
So that's where I think you would have to sweeten the pot a little bit, just a little bit. Or maybe you take, all right, how about this? What if you took 25 and 23 out? You got 21, Bagley, Hield, and Halliburton, which I don't think is possible. I still think you have to throw somebody in, but maybe not Thibault or Maxey you throw in there.
Right.
Right.
Right. I'm just not ready.
I would still do it.
I'm not
even
ready
if I had to throw in one of those guys.
One.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough, man. But if you get Halliburton, that he's a point, so you're going to gain a point guard, but
and
you're going to lose a future point guard. Yeah. I mean, in Thibault, you're losing your defensive prowess with Ben, and Thibault was supposed to be that presence, that's supposed to pick that up. That's tough, man.
Dude, I'd say Sacramento is always like in flux.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
they were part of the process with us.
But they also had a team a year or two ago that looked like they might be trying, finally turning the corner. Right. And now they're right back to, they're right back to where they've always been.
Yeah. That's
like they're always in the lottery.
Exactly.
Always.
That lottery. Yeah. You can't get away from it.
Now, is this deal something that's supposed to happen this year or next year? I mean, before the draft.
Well, yeah, it would have to happen before the draft if the 2021 pick is in there.
Right.
Because you're going to have to execute that.
Yeah, this is this year.
Yeah.
Because you see that 9, that's where Sacramento is drafting this year.
Right. Right.
Look, I know, honestly, I have no idea, right? I think this is one of these rare times where we just have no idea who or what the value is for Ben Simmons. Like, I think we know it's not Damian Lillard. I think we know it's not Malcolm Brogdon. But that's a really big middle ground right there. Huge middle ground, right? Oh, yeah, look at AJB with a great shout there. Yes, you're right. Isn't that, though? Like, isn't that kind of this middle ground that we're talking about where I have no idea? Like, I couldn't set the parameters for Ben Simmons' value outside of, well, the sun's going to come up and the sun's going to go down. Like, I couldn't tell you anything more about the day but that. Those two constants.
Well, I mean, we really don't know his worth right now.
Right.
Yeah. Can you imagine him getting the news that he's going to Sacramento? Oh my God. I mean, that's worse. Is that worse than going to the Timberwolves?
No, it's
in the NBA.
A good climate, at least. You know?
They got a lot of forest fires.
It's like going to the Jets.
Well, hold on a second. The Winnipeg Jets? No.
No, I'm talking about the
You're in New York, though, if you're playing for the Jets.
No, to Winnipeg. He said Winnipeg.
Yeah, Winnipeg.
The
Nobody wants to go to Winnipeg.
No,
not at all. But look, Sacramento, I don't think there's a problem with the city / the climate. It's honestly, Sacramento might be the best place for him because he could just disappear.
That's where you go when your career dies, bro.
Man, the last time they were any good was when Chris Webber was there with Vlade Divac, and they went to the finals in the West against the Lakers and pushed them to 7 games. They haven't been squat since.
Ironically, Vlade was the one who was really responsible for this team being awful when he was in front of the team president and office, whatever the hell he was, right? So they weren't good since he was on the floor, and then he came over and took over the team and ensured that they were garbage.
So
I don't
know.
know.
I said he was part of the process.
Terrible.
We dumped a lot of salary with them.
Yeah, I don't know how this plays out.
That's a place I would never want to play.
It's just tough. I don't know.
And you're the only game in town there too.
Right.
You know?
But it's so damn expensive in California, though, man. It's so expensive. And you're going to lose. You can lose and pay high taxes.
No.
That's like a double.
He already has a mansion.
Yeah, he lives in L.A.
So he's more money in
4
LA
hours
than
away,
he is
right?
in Sacktown. Right?
Right.
Wow.
He'd never be in Sacramento. He'd be in LA every single time.
He'd be like Wilt. Wilt used to live in New York City and he'd commute to the games.
Correct.
In Philly.
Correct. Take the bus.
Yeah.
What? Seriously?
Yeah. Not of us. No, but there's a rumor, I think it's pretty true, that after the 100-point game that took place in Hershey, actually, he drove back to New York City with 3 Knick players who they had just played that night. How great is that?
Same thing. Well, same thing happened to me. My rookie year, when the big snowstorm was here.
Yeah,
we had just got our ass kicked in Dallas, and it was down in Dallas, and I ended up going out with Larry Allen and El Gato. I forget his name.
El Get
Williams.
No, the defensive lineman, Leon Lett.
Oh, Lett. Okay.
Leon Lett.
They called him El Gato.
Yeah, they called him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I went out with those two.
Where'd you go?
Parts unknown. Just to put it like this, I made it to the White House.
Well, which White House though?
The White House in Dallas.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Yes.
Not bad. All right, we're out of here. What do we got tomorrow? Did he resemble a cat? That's the get in a man right there. All right, what tomorrow is Friday. We'll get you ready for the weekend here. And God, I hope Ben Simmons either gets traded or re-signed to some major extension at this point.
Well, I'll be on the road, and I'm taking off here in about 10 minutes. 95 North to the Deegan to the cross county to the Hutchinson River Parkway.
To the connector at some point to 95
Correct.
to your destination.
Safe travels, bro. Safe travels.
Let's talk to everybody tomorrow. Have a great day.
Are you looking for a place to track your action, purchase picks, and share your sports betting analysis with the gambling community? Check out Book It Sports, a social media platform with an unparalleled experience catered for the sports betting community. On the Book It Sports app, you can track all your NFL, NBA, and college basketball picks while getting real-time updates and injury reports all in one convenient place. Start building your following today and stand out amongst your friends by downloading the Book It Sports app on the Apple and Google Play stores. Let's cash some tickets and put it on Book It.